So we've all struggled with typeface weights and fonts and alignments in our designs. So what I want to talk to you about today is how to easily apply a couple different tricks and rules to get your typefaces to really sit nicely together. That's what we're talking about on today's video podcast. Hey there, and welcome to the Motion Science Video Podcast. My name is Cameron, and I am glad to have you here today. We're going to go over a couple quick tips and tricks and rules, essentially, for type to make it sit nicely together. So, what we've got here is just a very simple graphic design inside of After Effects, some layers, some nice shapes and colors. And what we're going to do is let's just pretend that this is for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and this is like a title card or something like that for some type of video presentation. Okay. So, what we need to explain is that this is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and there's a little bit of description about what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. Okay. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to start with rock. Let's actually go upper lowercase rock and roll. And we're going to also create another chunk of text Hall of Fame. And we've got one more chunk of text, which I already have in here. And this is just copied and pasted from Wikipedia about what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. So if someone's coming, or let's say they're at an event and this is just a video that's popping up saying, like, welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Here's what it is, right? Maybe it's an experience or something. It doesn't matter, but I just want to show you how you can get this text to look good. Because if we have all this text here, there's a huge chunk of text there. There's this is important and this is important. It's always kind of a challenge for a lot of us to kind of figure out, okay, well, what's the best way to arrange this? How should I make it not like that, but how should I make this look good? Well, here's a simple rule for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change all this text to just a more interesting looking typeface, and we'll go Proxima Nova. Okay, so it's a nice looking typeface. Um, we'll start with that. We're going to make this an even number. So let's make this, it's 87. Let's make it a typeface size of 100. And we're going to make sure that this is left aligned, and left aligned. Okay, great. So they're all left aligned. Now we could do center alignment, things like that, but I just want to show you using a left or right justification is an easy way to get text to look good together. So we'll take a screenshot. This is what it looks like now. And a simple rule is whatever our second layer of type is, what we can do is we can do two things. The first thing that we can do is, since this is 100, you can see right here it's 100. Let's make this half that size. Let's make it 50. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're making it 50. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we started with bold. So typically in type, if you go down two weights below where you currently are, that's a good rule to make your type look good together. So because we're at bold, and I'm not going to include italics, okay? Because we're at bold, if we go two weights down, that'd be semi-bold is 1 and medium is 2. We're skipping italics. So we're starting with bold, we're going down 1, 2 to medium, okay? So we've got just a little bit lighter weight to our typeface now, okay? So that's the first rule, or that's the second rule, sorry. The first rule is we're going to decrease the size by about half. So the first Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll is 100 for a font size, Hall of Fame is 50. And then the second rule is Rock and Roll is set to bold, Hall of Fame is dropped 2 weights to medium. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring this over here, kind of align it. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to drop it, since this Hall of Fame was 50, we're going to go half that size to 25. And we're also going to drop it 2 weights, and Hall of Fame was set to medium. We're going to go 1, 2 to light. Okay. And all we have to do now is just decrease our leading to something that looks nice. Maybe something in there. And I'm just looking at the spacing here between all these 3 chunks of text. and doing something like that. And maybe using my arrow key here just to align things just a little bit better. Something like that. And there we go. Look how nice that looks. So we'll look at where we were originally, this, which is a lot in your face. It's a lot of information to this. And this tells me I'm going to go from an order of rock and roll, which is our heaviest font, our largest font, to a middle font weight and a middle font size, to a small font weight and a small font size. And this is called hierarchy in laying out type, and it works really well. So that is how you can take any type in a motion design piece or graphic design piece and lay it out in a visually interesting way that tells me where I should focus my attention one after the other after the other. That's what I got for you on today's video podcast. Hope you learned something new. Until next time, my name is Cameron and this is Motion Science. See ya.